Taiwan's ruling party looks ahead to this November's local elections. We find out who's in the running for the leadership roles in cities and counties. There's a heat wave in Taiwan, but the soaring temperatures take a toll across continents. Even life on the coldest place on Earth is affected by the rising mercury, taking these penguins in Antarctica to the brink of extinction. And Taiwan's summer travel season is heating up, thanks to financial incentives from the government. A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News. I'm Yin Khvat. Party conventions are a major part of every democracy, a chance for policies to be formed and deals struck. This year's meetings take on extra significance in Taiwan as political groups prepare for the country's local elections in November. Over the weekend, Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party gathered for its Congress in Taipei. Bing Wang has the details.
In control of the country and her party, Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen took center stage. She officially launched the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP's national convention over the weekend, ahead of its campaign for November's local elections. Tsai is also DPP's party chair. Voters will be choosing their representatives from grassroots village chiefs all the way up to mayors of major cities. The DPP suffered major losses in these elections 4 years ago, and Tsai says the party has learned from the experience.
对民进党而言，是一次深刻的教训。这一次，我们做了最充足的准备，拿出最好的政绩，提出最强的候选人，就是要赢得人民最大的支持。
The biggest name on the DPP ticket is former Health Minister Chen Shizhong. He gained national fame by spearheading Taiwan's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, but he has stepped down to run for Taiwan's capital of Taipei. That position is often seen as a stepping stone to national office. 2 of the last 4 Taipei mayors have gone on to become Taiwan's president. The capital has normally been a stronghold for the opposition Kuomintang, but Chen says he wants to work across party lines.
这是我未来如果在选市长、当市长的时候，一个非常重要的态度，就是跟大家一起合作，那找出大家可以接受的路，那努力把它做好。
The Kuomintang is set to hold its national congress on August 28th, where it too will confirm its nominations. And the battle to win over Taiwan's voters will once more kick into gear. James Rayner and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
To get more insight on the DPP's National Congress, reporter Bing Wang spoke to Wang Ye-li, a political scientist from National Taiwan University.
Why is this year's National Congress so important?
民进党里面的所谓的中常会、中执会或者是这个中评会，它的任期都是2年。也就是说呢，这一次的改选之后，那么它的影响最重要的一个影响就是会影响到2024年的总统和这个立委的这个提名。那么尤其是赖清德现在非常有志于来竞选2024年。那么在上一次的这个2019年的提名过程里面，赖清德就是在这个党中央缺乏人马，所以在提名过程里面吃到了很多的亏。这当然对于未来的一个总统布局，这一次的这个改选可以说是相当的重要。
What are the chances that the DPP will pick up seats in Taiwan?
至于今年底的选举，因为民进党大致上提名已定，所以基本上的话，那么影响不算太大。而这次的选举结果，从目前的状况而言的话，那么我个人是认为，那么以上次的情况而言的话，是这个国民党赢得了16席的县市长，民进党赢得了6席。那么今年底的选举的话，看起来它的差异性应该也不至于有这种太天翻地覆的一种改变。
What would the future look like for the DPP?
民进党而言，如同我们刚才提到的，从1986年民进党成立，它就一直都是一个派系共治的一个状态。 那么现在这种他们虽然在2006年宣告要解散派系，但是事实上的话，我们可以发现呢，派系根本不可能被消灭，反而现在越来越组织化，越来越明确化。所以我觉得目前的这种派系政治可能会越来越像日本的自民党内的这种属于派阀政治，而在未来的话，那么民进党继续维持所谓的派系政治，应该是他党内权力结构能够继续存在的一个非常重要的一个方向。
It's Health Minister Chen Shizhong's last official day in the post today. His number two, Xue Ruiyan, is taking over. The Deputy Health Minister has been working closely with Chen for the past 2 years, helping with pandemic prevention measures. Chen is resigning to run for Taipei Mayor. Xue says expanding access to a fourth COVID vaccine dose is at the top of his priority list. Let's take a look at the weather now, as many countries around the world appear to be experiencing record-level heat waves. Starting at home in Taiwan, the Weather Bureau has said parts of the island may see scorching temperatures continue into tomorrow and then drop 1 or 2 degrees after Tuesday. July is the hottest month in Taiwan. 2 years ago, the Taipei Observatory recorded a record high of 39.7 degrees Celsius. But luckily, this year, weather forecaster predictions are slightly lower.
那特别是大台北、还有花莲、纵谷以及台东地区，可能会有极端高温发生的这个可能性。那大台北地区还有花莲、纵谷可能会有37甚至到38度左右的这个极端高温。
China is also sweltering in a heat wave that is expected to continue into mid-August. Meteorologists say in the next few weeks the mercury will rise above 40 degrees in parts of Shanxi province in the northwest and Zhejiang province in the east. Last week, Shanghai hit its highest temperature since 1973 at 40.9 degrees. But the hottest temperature recorded in the heat wave so far has been in Hebei province, coming in at 44.2 degrees. Over in Europe, a heat wave stretching across the region has led to hundreds of deaths and thousands of people displaced. Ryan Hoker-Patrick has this report.
Firefighters are battling to control huge wildfires tearing across Europe. In France, Spain, Portugal and Greece, thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes to escape the encroaching inferno. As Europe swelters, the blazing temperatures have already killed 659 in Portugal and 360 in Spain, according to health authorities. With the mercury expected to hit close to 50 degrees in Portugal, the government is warning its people to adapt to this deadly new normal.
Heat waves will become more and more frequent, and we do need to prepare not only in terms of the way we do policies, but also the way we teach people how to deal with this kind of events.
And it's not just the Mediterranean that's on high alert. In Britain, authorities issued their first ever red warning for extreme heat, declaring the rising temperatures a national emergency. Forecasters predict the country will soon experience a record-breaking 41 degrees.
Climate change is making these extreme weather events, such as heat waves and wildfires and droughts, both more frequent and more intense, which is harming people, but also harming nature. And we need to make sure that we're listening to those warning signs and acting now.
The signals are clear, but for the hundreds perishing in the heat and the thousands displaced, action to prevent the dangers of climate change is already long overdue. Ryan Hoker-Patrick for TaiwanPlus.
Well, the rise in temperatures is affecting even the coldest place on Earth, Antarctica. The effects of climate change on the continent is threatening the unique wildlife there. Experts say its native emperor penguin is at risk of extinction by 2060. Our reporter Sandy Chi finds out why.
The Antarctic Peninsula is among the fastest warming regions of the planet, and these regal birds could pay the price. In just a few decades, the world's largest penguin species could no longer be wandering these icy plains. The emperor penguins are being threatened by climate change, with their Antarctic home melting at a rapid rate.
Las proyecciones que hay prevén que las colonias que están ubicadas entre la latitud de 60 y 70 grados desaparecerían en los próximos decenios, digamos, en los próximos 30, 40 años.
The penguin's reproductive cycle is tied to sea ice. They are the only penguin species that breed during the Antarctic winter. They need a solid thick ice shelf during their mating season from April to December. Instead of building nests, they use their feet and brood patches to protect their eggs.
Desestabilizarse esa plataforma de hielo, los pingüinos chiquitos, los que están creciendo, los pichones de esa temporada, pueden no estar emplumados, no estar preparados para ir al mar, se les desarma el piso sobre el cual están ellos apoyados, la colonia está desarrollándose, y si el agua, digamos, los alcanza, no están preparados para nadar, no tienen el plumaje impermeable, que son las plumas definitivas de adulto, y se mueren de frío y se ahogan.
The World Wildlife Foundation has called for the birds to be listed as specially protected species. They say the iconic animals are particularly vulnerable to climate change, habitat loss, and human disturbance. For this baby penguin to grow up and breed, it will take around 150 days. And scientists fear most may not make it.
Que es lo que pasó en una colonia, especialmente en el Weddell, en el mar de Weddell, la colonia Halley de pingüino emperador. Durante casi 3 años seguidos tuvo un éxito reproductivo casi cero porque se desarmaba el pack marino antes de tiempo y se morían todos los pichones.
Currently, there are only around 600,000 adult emperor penguins in Antarctica. They are a vital part of the Antarctic food chain. They eat smaller creatures like squid and fish, and they themselves are an important source of food for predators like leopard seals and sharks. So, their departure from this icy landscape could set off a devastating chain reaction on the whole Antarctic ecosystem, which in turn could affect the entire planet. Piper Yu Sanichi for TaiwanPlus.
Coming up, it may be hot outside, but a Taiwanese township is enticing kayakers with a novel challenge. Find out more after the break.
Welcome to Jason's Table, Shocked and Surprised. I think the moral of the story is, even though things may seem a little scary or a little weird, don't judge a book by its cover. Get out there and try it, and you might find the next most delicious thing you've ever eaten. Have you ever had frog? Let's taste test this. Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
It actually tastes like chicken.
Why do you tell me it was frog? I'm sorry, Mommy.
What are these? Have you seen?
It's a duck tongue, right?
Duck tongue.
Duck's tongue. Okay.
Duck tongue, have you had these before?
I don't think so. I don't.
Tonight might be your lucky night. Okay, today might be your lucky day. Ding ding! What is this?
Like a stick? This is sugar cane.
Sugar cane!
Sugar cane.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So do you see it comes out like this?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Chin chin.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's super good.
So you recommend if people come to Taiwan, they should try this?
Yes.
Wow. Actually, this is the one that they serve in the night market.
Really?
Interesting.
This is a good one.
Good?
I gotta go to this night market.
Oh, yeah.
That looks pretty good. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, so good. Guys, really, if you've never been in Taiwan, you need to come here.
Today's topic, breakfast. Have you had hot pot a lot?
I am a big fan of hot pot, but who has time to make a full hot pot for breakfast before work?
But you know Taiwanese people love their food, so. This is salty soy milk. There is youtiao, which is the little fried dough stick, and then there's little shrimps, and then there's little pickled radish. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
It's like a milk stay in the fridge for 1 month.
Like a spoiled milk.
Yep.
润饼好好吃，润饼好好吃，清明节吃润饼。 table, shocked and surprised, is on TaiwanPlus.
Welcome back. You're watching Taiwan Plus News. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has fired his spy chief and prosecutor general on accusations of treason. Zelenskyy outlined dozens of cases of collaboration with Russian forces in agencies managed by the two officials. They're the highest profile political sackings since Russia invaded Ukraine nearly 5 months ago. In a televised address, Zelenskyy explained the scale of the challenge posed by treason.
Станом на сьогодні зареєстровано 651 кримінальне провадження щодо державної зради та колабораційної діяльності працівників органів прокуратури, органів досудового розслідування і інших правоохоронних органів. У 198 кримінальних провадженнях відповідним особам повідомлено про підозру.
India has now given out 2 billion COVID vaccine doses to its billion-strong population. But it's hit the milestone as it suffers another surge in case numbers. The country recorded more than 20,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. It's the highest increase since late February. A booster vaccine campaign is now underway for all adults. Now here in Taiwan, summer vacation is in full swing. As borders are still closed to overseas tourists, the government is offering financial incentives to citizens to get them on the road. And it's working. Big crowds were seen over the weekend at some of Taiwan's hottest tourism destinations. Eric Gao takes us there.
Taiwan's summer travel season is heating up. Aside from the usual holidaymakers, government subsidies boosting domestic tourism have just kicked off. Individual travelers can get up to $40 per person, while larger tour groups can get up to $1,000 to spend on their holiday. Almost $140 million are on offer under this program. Thanks to these incentives, in Kayaking, already one of the country's hottest tourist spots, business is booming.
蛮吓人的，人潮是蛮多的，人潮比较多。大概多少？大概差不多5000以上。
It's a similar story on the offshore island of Xiaoliuqiu. There were so many people there that hungry travelers had to line up for over an hour at a famous 30-year-old breakfast shop known for its local specialty items. And hotels are almost fully booked.
客满。假日的话，平日也都有到8、9成跑不掉。
Crowds had been thin during the COVID-19 pandemic, but with the pandemic situation stabilizing and these new incentives, Taiwan's tourism sector is getting a much-needed shot in the arm. Klein Wong and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
It's hot outdoors, and for kayakers, there's no better way of cooling down than hitting the water. But in Taiwan's eastern Yilan County, there's a special way to try this sport in an irrigation canal. Louise Watt has the story.
This is paddy paddling. Kayakers set out along these rice fields in Dongshan Township, eastern Taiwan. They're in a shallow canal that irrigates the rice fields and tests kayakers' flexibility. They have to negotiate the low walkways used by farmers to get to their crops. It may be challenging, but enjoyable for all ages. The township launched paddy paddling to attract tourists.
来回刚好是800公尺，它的水深90公分，平均，因为旁边有一条道路跟它一起这样弯来弯去，所以它很安全。
Views of rice fields and a cool breeze. For these kayakers, there's no better way of enjoying summer on a hot day. Patrick Chen and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
The National Palace Museum's southern branch lit up the night sky in Taiwan's Jiayi County with an antiques-inspired drone show. A total of 500 drones came together to form the shapes of items from the museum's collection, including patterns on old vases and a jade plate. They also form the Chinese characters meaning safe and sound, written by a renowned calligrapher. The show will have 2 more runs in August before being featured in the National Day celebration fireworks in October. From carving deities out of wood to crafting modern art from scrap metal, we take you to meet a Taiwanese sculptor who has transformed his art to keep up with the times, with the results displayed around the world.
Hair color may fade as time goes by, but not Kong Muxiang's passion in pursuing his dream. Originally just a deity sculptor in Sanyi Miaoli, Kong now also revives scrap steel ropes and wood, bringing Taiwanese art to the world stage. He was tired of making the same sculptures and realized that the wood carving market in Sanyi would eventually not be able to compete with factories in China and their cheap products.
有一天，这个市场因为有外来的东西，那这一些师傅如果没有转型，他就要面对外来的这一些东西，他就会被淘汰。那时候我也是在想说，我要赶快转型，要不然我会轮到我自己淘汰。
He started thinking about creativity. It's not about the technique, but rather if your work can move people.
有时候看到这颗木头，它就呈现达摩，或是看到这颗木头，它呈现的是关公。那我就会马上，就开始创造它，因为这种感动，因为这样他的思想，让我们去创造他的灵魂。
With eyes on the wood, he draws with his heart and cuts with his soul, with spirited and nimble lines carving momentum. His guangwu and bodhidharma look more like art than mere deity sculptures. Fascinating and impressing collectors with his hard work and commitment, putting in his whole heart from dawn till dusk. Nobody in his family expected that he would go even further, surprising them.
因为我在乡下的3亿，我想说，把我的工作室带到一个比较时尚、比较有国际性的一个大楼，来做一个工作室，这也是我自己发想。 想要另外一种挑战。
But it proved to be the right decision. A wood carving studio in Taipei 101 successfully drew much attention.
我们楼下有一个钢索是退下来的，这一些钢索你可以去帮我看看能够创作。
There's a huge difference between wood and metal art, let alone the waste elevator wire rope, 500 kilometers long, heavy and dirty. No one could handle it, but Kong did.
我拿到这条钢索的时候，它整个都是黑油，因为那个油卡着很厚，泡久了以后，然后再来开始刷，它慢慢就会退掉了。用这样的方法是土法炼钢。
After cleaning the 10-kilometer-long wire rope alone, he asked the Ministry of Justice if he could have prisoners help brush the rope, removing oil stains while washing away their guilt, overcoming yet another challenge only to take on the next with how to use the wire.
一些朋友跟我讲说，不可能啊，这个钢索它是有弹性的，不像铁说，你把它固定下来，它就固定。好，你这个钢的东西，它是会再弹回去的。
Enough force with some help is needed, but the key is to get all the right spots in.
用热火下去烤，下温度高的时候，它慢慢让它成型。那这个成型的时候，你慢慢弯的时候，你不能再拉回来，它钢索就会变形。哎。
The hardest part is yet to come. The wire rope texture reminds him of his parents' weaving. Finishing such work is never easy.
我可以做一个模型，然后跟着模型走，然后这个模型呢，来用铁丝来绑，来固定它。开始的时候是因为用保丽龙，这样的东西来去做，来做好以后。 我觉得造型出来了，但是保丽龙拿掉的时候，整个就垮下去。
The work depends on calculations from architects, where Kong then begins cutting.
在摸索的时候，我很坚持， 我觉得说面对这个挑战，如果能够成功的话，我本身又会换了一个跑道。
He never thought about giving up. It took him a year to go from wood carving into a new field, but yet again he found another passion 5 years ago. As he was making art, his daughter reached out to foreign exhibition organizers in the US, France, Switzerland, and Germany, and others, with the theme of rebirth of waste and life. His art was relatable and powerful. That gave him yet another new goal, connecting the world with wire ropes while bringing more foreign artists to Taiwan.
我永远想到什么代志，我明仔就做。但是做对做唔对，莫去先去想遐济，就是讲爱先行啦。这步先踏出，你就赢。
Dreaming big and pursuing it is the only way to live a colorful and full life. As busy as ever finishing up his wood carving series, he is working with dancers and foreign artists on a new grand project.
我是完全没有去规划说我会做到哪里就结束，我是一直走下去，可能做到不能呼吸吧。其实生命是很精彩的，每一个人的生命到这个地球来，大家都应该会有很多的回忆。 还有很多的东西会留下来。
Thank you for watching TaiwanPlus News. I'm Yin Khvat. Finally, we leave you with images of the annual Water Fight Festival in Spain's capital city, Madrid. People used water guns, jars and buckets to tackle the extreme heat wave that hit the country for the 7th day. For more stories from Taiwan and around the world, please download the TaiwanPlus app. Stay safe and see you next time.